So today I wanted to give you an overview of the top 5 heroes I'm using or I'm recommending to get out of silver gold into higher ranks in Storm League. These are at least the ones I'm using, and I'm currently decided to try and relearn Heroes of the Storm. Back in preseason I was pretty good at it and then just casually played it. I dropped from a pretty high rank all the way down to basically silver. I'm trying to relearn that, as you can see on the channel, and these are my top 5 heroes which I believe are very consistent and safe, and you can get a really good high win rate with. They are not in any specific order. I don't think one is really better than the other. It depends what role you can fill, and one of the things I do is I play on flexible, so I can adjust to it whatever the team needs and try to cover pretty much any role there is if need be. I will also put up guides, like small guides for every hero, a bit of an overview, a build, and a bit more about their purpose for each of them. And you're going to find links to that in the description. They should all be up at the moment this video goes up as well. Number 1 for me has to be Jaina. It's the queen, one of my most played heroes. I ranked up with her almost exclusively in preseason. She is still very strong, not as good as she was because she got nerfed a bit, actually quite a bunch. And also there was a lot of heroes introduced that are really good against her, but still one of the best heroes I can recommend for ranking up. The main role you want to fulfill with her, in my opinion, is burst damage, targeted burst damage, and that's how I play. I play on a roaming role, and if you need some on-point high burst damage out of a single moment, Jaina is the way to go. In addition, she can do camps solo very easily, even bigger camps, not a big issue, so you can do that. She has decent wave clear. You just need to make sure you manage your mana and go back very often just to refill it. So go out on the map, burst your mana, go back to the fountain, back to base, and go back it again. Number 2 got to be Reina. Jimmy Reina is amazing as a single target, consistent DPS. Contrary to Jaina, his job or the role he wants to fulfill is auto attack damage on a specific target whenever you need it. Also, in addition, with the different builds, he has also amazing wave clear. He can do camp solo very easily, and is overall a very safe hero. Number 3, for me, Muradin. Whenever I need to play a tank, I try to get Muradin. I think he's amazing at sustain, so he really doesn't die that much. It's very hard to die on Muradin, to be fair, if you're playing it correctly. You have amazing CC, especially if you complete his quest and go a decent build. Then you can go in, you can be super annoying. Squishy targets die really quick under you. They can't do anything about that, and they certainly cannot kill you. They waste a lot of ultimates on you. You can bait. The issue with him is his wave clear is really bad, as well as doing camps can be pretty bad, depending on the camp and depending on the build you went, but overall very consistent hero. You're not gonna die if you play it correctly. Now we're gonna get on the last 2 positions into healer and a bruiser, which is the 2 roles I play the least, or I try to avoid the most, because I just feel like I'm not as good as it. So if I have to play a healer, I really try to get Reina. Reason is he has a very strong shield build, which I prefer so much over any other build with him, meaning you help your team with a lot of damage, a lot of sustained healing. You have the ultimate, which can literally save people. It's amazing, or just top up your team. You don't even have to use it in a fight. And the other, probably even more important thing is he has wave clear and can do camps on his own very quickly and very easily and safely. You can also play him in the back line, so you don't have to die all the time. No need to be front up. Amazing healer. You can play with him, very consistent. Can totally recommend. And number 5, and the last one on this list for me, is clearly Sonia as a bruiser. If I have to pick a solo laner, then I usually try to go for Sonia. It depends a bit on the, or actually heavily on the enemy top laner or solo laner, and also on the enemy team composition, because I like the spin to win build on her with a lot of healing, and if they have too much CC, you're just gonna die and it's gonna be really bad for you. So be a bit careful with solo laners. They're very specific, but in general, if it fits, Sonia, I believe, is very strong. Again, strong solo laner, tons of sustain with your healing whirlwind build. You are very hard to kill, to be fair, and you can also wave clear and do camps quite efficiently just on your own. You don't need to rely on your team. That's basically my top 5 of heroes I pick whenever possible. I usually try to go for the ranged assassins. If I can't do that, I try to be a tank. If I can't do that, I try to be a healer. And if all of that fails, I'm just gonna play a solo laner, but that's kind of my priority line, but might be very different for you depending on what you're actually good at, what you have the most experience with. I said there are guides for each of them, a little bit of an overview and a solid build for them, and as links in the descriptions, check them out if you want to learn these heroes. And also you can check out around my channel. You find a ton of gameplay for pretty much all of them. If they're not there yet, just subscribe. There are videos coming for each of them for sure. Hope this helps you out. Good luck in Storm League. Bye.